first video on the channel, I found that it was very fitting that it could be about this topic, because the last few days, nothing like crazy, but been trying to come up with stuff about what to post about, and it's just one thing I noticed about myself that I've already noticed and kind of started to address it is you find an idea and you do 20 Google searches around it, like trying to find the best way and that perfect way to do something. But along your Google searches, you're gonna run into the cons. Depending on what type of person you are, those cons make you not even start. Could be any idea, how to detail my car. Running into the cons, I'm not gonna detail it, it's could be a bunch of things. So what I started to do is, if I have an idea, don't look into it as much. I limit myself to 1 or 2 or 3 Google searches, even for this video. I know I wanted to touch on things that help me and then things that I know people see or deal with, but this is more of just me. It's not even much to it. You see it's unscripted. There's a lot of and likes and but yeah, so I'll start with what I think the problem can be a lot of times is with analysis paralysis, people that struggle with it. I'm just calling it AP for the rest of this video because it's a lot to say each time. Analysis paralysis. But yeah, I'm let's call it AP, but I think the problem is looking for that perfection, and then distractions can be another thing. Because I know a lot of people may resonate, like you fully can think it out and kind of know what to do. Kind of like when you can give somebody advice. They ask you how to do something, you could tell them step by step. Somebody want to lose weight, and they ask you, like, how do you lose weight? Oh, just work out 3 to 4 times a week, strength train, high protein, not too much fats. You can detail it, but you might not be doing that, like you can fully give them a whole structured plan and stuff. But yeah, I think a lot of people resonate with how it feels to know a lot of stuff, like know how to do a lot of stuff, but then you're kind of not putting action to a lot in life. And I know with me, I'll get lost trying to look for that perfection, I'll be doing a bunch of extensive research. Just the other night, I'm looking into faceless content, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, I know how I am, so by tonight I gotta have something posted, or if not posted, just the concept of it. And I did make a concept, but then I'm looking into the insights and how it projects and like, is it profitable? I'm like, that's not stuff to worry about now, because you gotta do it. All of that led to nothing being posted on the faceless front. I got some sample videos and stuff, but I'm looking at, I want to do AI, but how do I make the AI look as quality as possible, Whereas the next person they got the same idea as me, found a niche, found a niche topic. Don't see too many people making videos on that, but it kind of combined a couple different popular things. They might just make it. They're not trying to make the video as quality as they can, That's not they focus. Me, I'm looking at, because I got the sample videos, I'm like, this is too AI, this is too, you can tell. Even though a lot of the script is me, and it's a voiceover, But the next person might throw that video up there. They already got their first 30 subscribers. I'm still at 0, So that's like an example of right there in my own life, kind of. But I think the problem is people going for perfection. And I'm gonna get on the distractions front. And with distractions, I think it's self-explanatory. I try to do monthly audits of myself, weekly. Well, looking back on how you kind of performed on a bigger sample size, what things could have been changed, what you could have did different. Not be too hard on yourself because you conscious of what you could have did. So just know when you in that moment, make the better decision. But I say distractions is something that I'm like conscious of, and know if I just move that out the way, it'll give me time and brain power to use on this task that I say and speak on that I like want to, get figured out. So I say distractions for me. But I thought it was a fitting topic for this video because I'm gonna keep it raw. I'm just walking. It's a very, very nice day out here. It's finally getting some fall weather. It's really nice weather. But just walking and talking. First video. And Analysis Paralysis, AP. One thing that's helped me, because I didn't even know about this term. I'll say 2 years ago, I probably didn't know about the term. And when I kind of found it, along with the term of agency, learning about that, looking more into that, helped me a lot. Helped me figure out just daily discipline type things, keeping your day moving along, moving efficiently. And the more closer I looked and learned, I noticed the time I spent making decisions. In Brian Tracy's book, I didn't look at anything before trying to make this video. The only thing, I did a few quick searches, but I did look at a refresher of the chapter that Brian Tracy had in his book, No Excuses. And it was the chapter on indecision, because I know how that book, look, it's a little book library right here I really like to use actually. But he had a chapter on decision making faster decisions, get off someday I'll, which is someday I'll do this, But that chapter single-handedly made me move more efficient in life, hit fitness goals. You can feel when some stuff like boost you in a big way, Like, oh, it's little dogs out. Okay. But that chapter single-handedly made me focus on how long my decision making took. It helped me at work, with my studies. It helped me with all aspects of life, really. Kind of command more respect when you can make quicker decisions. All of that play into my growth with fixing analysis paralysis, because a lot of it with me has to do with social media. I have I would say I have a lot of skills and equipment. So I'm always like, dang, like, what I need the time, but I'm the type of person that over edit, over analyze, like, not even in a scare way, but it's just like, see one thing, trying to fix it, see another thing, trying to make that look a little better, like trying to get it to look a certain way, that I'm like envisioning. But the AP set in and nothing's being done. That's no progress. You'd rather get it done than have it perfect, So that's the biggest thing I'm working on. And yeah, even with this, like I said, I'm gonna throw this right on the channel. Tread was said, make sure to give it a subscribe, a like, all that. But I think it's a format I think worked for me. It's something I always wanted to get into. Like, I wanted to find a way to have it more in a natural setting, because I know how I get when I get to that editing board and you just sitting there and then nothing get thrown up, or it's not what you truly wanted, But I think this is more, could schedule it into my day whenever I got time to walk or stretch, or even a workout vlog or something, or just laying down, It's something you could work in, have a structure like that. But yeah, just talk about me, topics, growth. Tread was said, that's the main thing in that name. We treading along, we growing. Tread sound a little, at first I was thinking it sounded negative, but when you look up, it's kind of a positive word. I ain't even gonna say kind of, it's real positive. So, yeah, treading along, showing the growth and appreciation in life. And call to action, for sure. I'm just taking it in, man. This sun is beaming. It's real nice out here, for sure. I hope I'm speaking. I hope the mic picking up stuff. It's crazy because before I left out for work, I'm on my lunch break, by the way. It's kind of how I want to find the time. Been doing better with that, finding time, getting actual footage. You know, even if you don't use it now, always be B-roll in the future. But lost what I was talking about. That's crazy. It's another topic I would love to cover on this channel. I ain't gonna say what it is, but you could probably guess with how I just lost the topic that fast. I'm gonna look back on this and I'm gonna be like, man, that's what I was talking about. Look, that fast. It's gonna be crazy to see it in real time. But that's what this is. Seeing what that analysis paralysis look like in real time. Sounds like. But it's a lot of ideas, a lot of things that help me personally, which is tracking. I gotta get better with tracking. Have been better, seeing growth in that department. But tracking gives you something to look back at and see what changes can be made, what have you done, right or wrong, where you can adjust. You keep moving without a plan, you might feel stuck. Even if you've made growth, you might feel stuck because depending on what type of person you are, you can't see it sometimes. But this is very natural, for sure. It's about to get cold though, so y'all gonna see me in the snow some days, for sure. It's getting a little warm out here right now. Trying to figure out what's the best angle to hold this at. Get a damn selfie stick. People still use those. Boom, example right there. First thing I said, people still use those. Just because I don't see people use it. If that's something that worked for me, get it, apply it, you know. That idea came in, grab it, you know. I was hoping to ramble a little more in this. I mean, I'm rambling, for sure. This ain't nothing but a ramble fest, for sure. But more of a live look of what it sounds like. But I'm going to look back on this and I'm going to be like, yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. I'm all over the place, but no, I love it though. I love it. And I'm a person, my interests, movies, sports, and with my interest being in certain things, comics, I like art. It took me, I done started YouTube, tried to keep going. It was a consistency thing. But spent so many hours trying to figure out what I want to make videos on, because I'm just looking at what I take in. So I'm like, I could do this like this. So while I'm at work listening to all the podcasts, all the movie reviews, probably the last, all the years of your life, kind of 12 years of my life, I could take in a lot, and I'm listening, and I'm like, I could do it like this. I could put my spin on that. That's a lot of coulds, and like I just said, 12 years, that's a long time of coulds. But my problem always came back to, do I want to do comic videos? Do I want to do movie videos? Do I want to do tech reviews, So many lanes sound like a lot of options, or sports, my favorite team or something. You watch them so much, you know so much about them, you would think it'd just be, you turn the camera on, record, your thoughts come, I'm sitting down trying to make a script. Got homework to do, I'm making a script. Script not coming, I go to finish the script, go to record. Voice not sounding how I want it, audio messed up, I'm not reading right, like it's one thing when all that preparation. I will say, stuff like that, you can't be too hard on yourself about, because you gaining something from each experience. But we would all love to be faster decision making, find ways to use the things we learn, apply it to our life for growth. That's always something to strive for. And yeah, like I named all them different lanes. Each time I try to sit down and, make it, I'll have great ideas. Another thing, I'll have great ideas when I'm just out doing stuff, working, listening to something. I got great ideas. And I'm definitely gonna do that, Get off work, you tired. Whether you eat something bad or good, you tired, And ain't thought about this the next morning. It's 2 days later. You ain't thought about that great idea you had at all, I say that's one of the worst. Even when I try to use Siri to jot my idea down, sometimes don't go back to it. Like, it'd be things like that I've noticed and try to fine tune. But I would say this is more of my type of vibe setup, for sure, because you could just ramble, listen to it back. So right now I'm looking at find the ways that you can put stuff out there and put it out consistently, That's one of the biggest things I had set out even this month, goals. And this is the first video. I didn't try to search too much on it, didn't try to do too much. I just made a few little Google searches on stuff I wanted to talk about. I talked about the chapter, yeah. That was one thing. I had to look up the definition of AP. Yeah, I might add to this later, or this might be enough. I feel like it probably is. It's just walk with me, Clear mind, walking, getting thoughts. Something I would love to do every day. Build a community, because a lot of times we isolate, feel alone, I know when I get in my mode where I need to focus, I isolate for sure. You won't hear from me for a little while. And I'm like, oh, it's a good thing, but what really helps me in life is being social, doing stuff together, like with the right people, of course. But yeah, completing goals alone feel good, but going through training, learning with somebody, putting action to it, feels great, I'll say. I'm gonna always say that. But I think I'm falling in love with the process of newness again. Man, this has been great for sure. Hopefully I could, I'm not gonna say hopefully, this is the setup. It's about to be winter too. So I call it a winter arc. Go through that. It's gonna be good for sure.